It is 5 days since the completion of my hike. Obviously, I'm at home, but I wanted to just share a couple of thoughts before I thinned my beard out and got a haircut. It was an incredible experience. I arrived at the Martin Road parking lot at 12:30, 12:45, something like that, on Saturday, October 1st. It was overcast, windy, a little cool. Actually made myself a cup of soup while I was there just to kind of stay warm while I was waiting for my friend Roger to to come pick me up. And then he took me to my car, and then we parted from there. But while I was in the parking lot, after I had signed the log book on the trail and was walking around the parking lot just a little bit, there was a couple sitting in an RV. I walked over to them, rolled the window down, and turns out that they were a couple of thru hikers as well from Wisconsin. And as we were chatting, they were just waiting to finish up the Duluth section that they hadn't done yet. And they were going to do that the next 2 or 3 days. And so we chatted for a while, and the wife made a comment about my umbrella and wished that she'd had hers along, that she had lost it on the trail. And I said, and we sort of discovered in the course of conversation that we were kind of on the same time schedule. They took 4 zeros. I didn't take any zeros on my trek. But I asked her where she lost it. She wasn't quite sure. And she described it to me, and I said, I think I found your umbrella on the lake walk when I was down there. I mailed it home to myself, and I'll mail it to you when I get home. And it was just incredible. And so I did, mailed it back to her a couple of days ago, and got a text from her yesterday that she had received it already, and they've already told the same story, how incredible it was that someone that they ran into at the southern terminus, the old southern terminus anyway, trailhead parking lot, had found her umbrella and then mailed it back to her. So the trail takes care of its own. I'll have some other thoughts to share about things that I learned on the trail as well, probably a little bit later. I need to get ready to leave for another event that's going on. I'm running about a 40-mile race down to Kansas in a couple of days, so need to get down there, get ready for that. But one of the things, I stopped and talked to a couple of other female hikers who were just about a half mile into the hike from the trailhead. And Erica Lee and Chris, I think were their names. Pardon me. But they were asking, what are the things that now that I was done, what are the things that I would not have taken with me, would have left at home? And so we talked about some equipment, things like that, and talked about my plans for the AT next year. And they took my picture for me. I think that's one of them that I posted on the Superior Hiking Trail Facebook page as well. I had a nice chat with them as I was wrapping up the hike. So one of the things that they mentioned, because I talked about the fact that I had taken underrated quilts with me for my hammock, and it was way colder than 55 degrees, which were the temperature rating of the quilts that I had with me. My 30 degree and 20 degrees were at home, but I had checked the weather forecast and appeared to be okay. And they said, never believe the weather forecast along the lake. The lake kind of creates its own weather, and it was way cooler. So one thing I learned anyway was probably take a sleeping system that's rated probably 15 to 20 degrees warmer than what the weather forecast says it's going to be, just to be safe. So met lots of nice people on the trail and great conversations. About half the time I was in camp alone, and about half the time I haven't really gone through the list of campsites that I stayed at and tried to recall where I was alone, where I was sharing a campsite with someone, but it was about 50-50, I think. Overall, a really good trip. My socks, really great. Grip 6. I use Grip 6 wool socks. Fantastic. I'd recommend them. I know a lot of people use Darn Tough. I haven't tried any darn tough, but boy, these did the trick. Even when they were wet, they kept my feet warm, and it was wet a lot. It seemed anyway. So anyway, we've completed the hike, 21 days. Felt good. I feel like I'm way better prepared now for my Appalachian Trail experience coming up in March. A couple of folks that I met that hopefully I'll see on the trail. One, Toothpick, I think I talked about him earlier. He's gonna start the end of February. We may cross paths somewhere out there. And then Dave and Dave, looked like a father-son duo that was hiking. They were going northbound, and they're starting on March 1st. So more than likely we will run into them. Toothpick is probably a little faster hiker than me, but depends on how he goes and how many zeros he takes. The other thing that I did learn was that I took way too much food. Don't need that much, especially the snack stuff during the day. I just didn't eat that much. And I had probably 3 extra meals by the time I was through, maybe even 4 that I had with me that I didn't need. Better too much than not enough, but that was kind of overkill. So on the Appalachian Trail, it won't be quite as bad because the resupply points will be closer together, and so I won't have to carry as much food. 4, 5, 6 days at the most, I would think. I was carrying 9, 10, 11 days worth of food after Grand Marais, and so I didn't really need that much. That was just packing extra weight. I will make some design changes to my tump line, sort of rig that I had fixed up, and try that out before I hit Georgia next March. And so there's a few tweaks yet to make. Anyway, it's fun and exciting to do. The one comment the couple at the parking lot made, the man anyway, Steve, he said, "How'd you keep your beard trimmed so nice during that whole time?" I said, I didn't. My beard just got bushier instead of longer, and I can feel it now. So it's time to thin it out and trim it out and give myself a haircut before long. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep the beard until the AT. I may shave it off sometime, and then just start fresh when I start in March at Springer Mountain. But we'll see. Anyway, maybe we'll have some more comments after I think about this some more and process the trip and write some thoughts down. But otherwise, I wanted to just wrap this up, finish it up anyway, and let you know I was home safe and things are good. Things are good. Pushing on. Thanks a lot for watching.